enemy. We've already saved over $30 million from this legislation. The other piece of legislation we haven't gotten passed yet, but it was called Saving Our Fishing Jobs Act. You want to talk regulatory burden? Well, guess what? The regulations from Washington are putting our fishermen out of work. Our great, iconic New Hampshire fishermen, because of burdens from Washington. And that's just one example of the businesses that are being hurt from the policies of this administration. Scott and I worked on that legislation to help New Hampshire fishermen stay in business and continue to fish our waters so we can eat their great fish and also make sure that their family traditions can carry on. He's a proven leader. He'll get things done for New Hampshire. And we in New Hampshire will have someone that will represent our values, someone that will adhere, make sure that we're focusing on fiscal responsibility, on limited accountable government, on adhering to our Constitution, on the fundamentals that have made this country great. This campaign is all about the future of our country, the future of our state. And I am very proud to stand here today and endorse Scott Brown. Working together, I can assure you we'll put New Hampshire first.
Well, Kelly, thank you very much. And before I start, I want to make sure that I address really the most important person here. Not that you all are not important, but my wife Gail has been with me for 30 years, but not for her love and support, and being the wonderful mother to our children and wife to me, and I wouldn't be here certainly talking to you. I wouldn't have that sense of balance, that sense of family that we've tried, just like every one of you, to not only instill on our family, but on our friends as well. So, honey, I love you. George Norton's here. George is in the back. He's obviously opened up his restaurant. Please come and patronize it and order his food. This is one of the small businesses that are trying to stay in business as a result of all the regulations that are affecting folks. Ray, thank you so much for your companionship and leadership, not only for our state, but being a mentor to me as well. Senator Ayotte, where are you? There you are. First of all, I'm not sure how she's even standing. I mean, as you know or may not know, she just got back from the Ukraine, making sure that there is democracy and free elections. She is one of the hardest working men or women in the United States Senate in our entire country, and she should be commended. We are very, very lucky to have her. Your friendship, your guidance. It's been a wonderful opportunity to come and learn and listen for the last couple of months and understand the challenges, and to have Governors Merrill and Benson here, leaders in their own right, having established their mark in our state's history. I'm deeply humbled and very, very grateful to both of you for taking time. So, Governor, you said something that Scott Brown's going to go down to Washington and create jobs. No, I'm not. I'm not a job creator. These people, everybody here is a job creator. I'm not a job creator. My job is to go down to Washington and make sure that Washington gets out of the way so you can all create jobs. Yeah. And I am running for the United States Senate to fight for New Hampshire families and represent common sense principles in that regard. Because when I travel and have traveled and continue to travel around our state, stopping in diners like this one right here, visiting businesses and local haunts that we all know and love, I hear the same concerns wherever I go. They're not different anywhere I go. People are upset about an economy that's not growing. It's not growing fast enough. A healthcare system that is broken and that is crushing businesses. As you know, we are fiercely independent. I know I'm fiercely independent, and everybody in this room, I know for a fact, after getting to know you more and more, that you are absolutely right up there in being the fiercely independent crowd that we all know and love. And you all know one thing: Washington is broken. They don't talk, they don't work together, they try to blame everybody else who's not even in Washington for their failures. Whenever there's a failure, they look outside Washington D.C. and say, who can I blame now? Well, let's blame the guy driving his truck up in the mountains for the failure of local bills. That's a new one.
I thought it was Bush's fault.
And I know you're always watching, because I'm always watching. And I understand that because I was raised that way too. I was raised by a single mom. Many of you know my story. I'm not going to tell you about it, but she watched every single dime, every single penny that she spent, and worked multiple jobs to make sure my sister and me had a safe home. One that was challenging at times, but also created great opportunity. And even though my mom and I battled, the one thing she taught me was hard work. You know, and I'll never forget that trait that she instilled in me is that, you know, Scott, if you work hard, no matter what the odds, you can be successful and you can do well and do good and be better than you already are. And she worked every day to pay the bills. It wasn't always easy. And I know many of you here have had those same life experiences. And I know you're watching us as healthcare premiums skyrocket under Obamacare. Your choices and plans are more and more limited. Your deductibles have gone up. Your costs have gone up. You've had to reduce your care and coverages to get some type of coverage. And then your deductibles have sometimes doubled or tripled. That is not affordable, folks. There's no competition. We have to find a way to repeal Obamacare and do it all over again. It is not the only answer, folks. I know you're watching as our energy bills increase. Today I filled up the truck, $65. Filling the oil tank over the winter, $750 to $850 every time in that brutal winter. You're watching as the food prices increase as well. You know the cost of food is going up. You see it, you feel it. Every time that Gail and I go shopping, it's mostly me, by the way, just for the record. I do all the shopping. She hates shopping. I love shopping. I always like to go for the bargains.
Yes.
And our food bills are increasing at the checkout counter every week. Gail and I understand these concerns because it's exactly what we talk about when we sit down at the end of the month or the end of the week and balance our checkbooks and make sure that we have the ability to pay not only for our personal expenses, but try to save for our daughter's 2 weddings. As you know, July and August, there is a fund here. It's the Ayla and Ariana Brown Save Daddy Fund. I think I'm getting lightheaded just talking about it. But we're very excited to watch them start a new chapter. You've all been there. Some of you have been there. Some of you are grandparents and great-grandparents. We're not there yet, thank the Lord. But we're excited to have them start their new career. But we're deeply concerned about the challenges they're going to face. The high cost of healthcare, the high cost of education, the high cost of food, of energy. It just is chipping away at our rights and freedoms. We can do better. We deserve better. And I believe, and I've said this before, you've heard me say this, I believe we live in the greatest country in the world. And that means to me something very special, as it does to you. It means that we have our best days. They're still ahead of us. They're not gone. Do not get discouraged. We live in a country where things are cyclical. We have an opportunity to do it better, to be better. And I'm asking you to join with me and to join with Senator Ayotte to help make it better. Because we have an opportunity to send a very, very powerful message to the people in Washington that they've had enough, that we've had enough of the fun, we've had enough of the discourse and the not getting along and solving the country's problems. We're ready to get back to business and put our country back to work. And I'm telling you what, I'm going to go back. Thank you. We need to restore new leadership in Washington and start to move in that right and positive direction. And I'm going to Congress to team up with Senator Ayotte, to fight to repeal Obamacare, to pass a balanced budget amendment to the Constitution and get the government off our back. So not me, I'm not going to create jobs, but each and every one of you can go and create jobs to put America back to work. That's my responsibility to you. Yes, I was a United States Senator before, and I'll tell you, one of the greatest honors I had was working with Senator Ayotte to making sure we could protect our men and women who were serving. On the Armed Services Committee, having that military experience, as you know, I just retired after 35 years. Senator Ayotte's husband also served and retired as well with distinction. What Senator Ayotte is doing right now on the Armed Services Committee and traveling not only around the country and around New England, but around the world, pushing and prodding and poking and challenging other leaders throughout the world to be better, to do better, to respect their people, to respect us. And I had the pleasure of passing the no contracting with the enemy, but you also forgot we did the Hire a Hero Veterans Bill, we did the crowdfunding bill, we did the insider trading bill, the 3% withholding, the Arlington Cemetery bill. Those are all other bills that we worked on together to make it better for the people that we're serving and also businesses and individuals trying to make a living. I just want to talk about Senator Shaheen for a minute. And I've said this publicly, I'm going to say it again. She is a nice person. But I believe she's wrong on the issues. And she's wrong on the things that affect New Hampshire families. And I believe we deserve better. And let me tell you why. Senator Shaheen has voted with the president 99% of the time last year and 100% the year before. That does not represent the independent leadership that she said she was going to down there to be. That independent leader. Independent leaders do not vote 100% of the time with their party. To be a rubber stamp for this administration, to kill jobs, to rack up a terrible and very dangerous national debt, enforcing a healthcare system on our state and on our country that doesn't work, that's not independent leadership. And you deserve better. This is very disappointing. Because she gave you her word that she would be that strong, independent voice. She told you that. I remember, I saw the commercials, just like you all did. Here's what's also correct. Senator Ayotte cannot do this alone. She cannot be down there struggling and fighting 3 against 1 every single day to try to make it better for our state. And I would be honored if I have the opportunity to go down there and be her right-hand person, her wingman, to be able to go down there and battle, to be her battle buddy, to go down there and battle for not only our state, but the men and women who are trying so hard to create jobs, our men and women who are fighting to get decent health care, to get decent veterans care. You deserve better. And each and every day that I serve, I will give this job everything that is in my power. And I hope, and I pray every single night that I will make you all proud to have me be called your senator. So I encourage you to get involved. You're here. Take a bumper sticker. Put it on. Get on scottbrown.com. Hold an event. Introduce me to your friends and family. Help me raise some money so we can battle in the trenches. I only have a few short months. 5.5, 6 months? I don't even know. I don't know what day it is. But we can do it together. The only way it's going to be done is if we do it together. This isn't about Scott Brown, it's about us. It's about taking back our state, taking back our country, and making a difference for America. So God bless you. Gail and I have to get to another event. So I want to just say thank you for taking time. George, thank you for opening up your restaurant. We really appreciate it.